Greetings, salutations, and happy Halloween. I'm the host dressed as a vampire, but really isn't, and welcome to Shocking Theater. And as it is Halloween, we have a very special episode for you. Now don't worry, this isn't an after-school special. No life lessons will be taught nor learned in tonight's show. It's just a special episode because it's a holiday, and it's fun to have a special episode during the holiday. And before we start with the festivities, I must apologize for some of the comments made by the spirit of Halloween during the last few episodes. The advice for the holiday was done in jest and not to be taken seriously. You can stop sending the hate mail now, please. Nice costume, Igor. Going as a gangster?
Not quite, Master. I just returned from Count Dracula's All Hallows Eve party and Nosferatu hunt.
Huh?
Every year, Count Dracula invites a select group of monster hunters to his castle for an annual Halloween party. At the conclusion of the party, one of us is chosen at random to hunt him and slay him.
Wait. He invites monster hunters to Transylvania to hunt him and slay him?
That is correct,
And
Master.
He does that every year?
That is correct.
So no one must slay him then, as he's still around to invite people like you for Halloween.
Actually, I have slain him for the last 2 years, Master. I have not just slain him, I have also cut off his head and stuffed his mouth with
What?
garlic. I do understand your confusion, Master. Count Dracula is one of those few truly immortal vampires. You slay him, destroy the body. A few days later, he is back up and at 'em.
Ah. Did you get the chance to slay him again this year, Igor?
Not this year, Master. I had decided to bow out of the competition and allow another hunter the chance to slay Count Dracula.
That was nice of you. Ready to introduce tonight's movie?
Not quite, Master. Do you mind introducing it while I change into my Halloween costume?
Go right ahead, Igor.
Thank you, Master.
Tonight we have one of the all-time classic horror movies. One that started the entire movement of zombie horror films. Written by John Russo and George Romero, as well as being directed by George Romero. Yep, it's that one. Direct from 1968. I am pleased to present Night of the Living Dead here on Shocking Theater. Ready for tonight's spooky activity, Igor?
What do you mean, Master?
You know, spooky stuff, like monsters attacking, death visiting, cursed costumes, demons, and the like.
What makes you think that would happen, Master?
Because that's what happens on TV, Igor.
And just because there are unusual occurrences during Halloween on the telly, Master, you really believe that will happen here in the real world?
Yippers.
Why?
Because this is TV and our Halloween episode.
That kind of thing does not happen here in the real world, Master.
And why not?
Well,
Isn't Halloween the night that all the monsters come out?
not really, Master. Most monsters and other creepy creatures tend to stay in the relative peace and quiet.
Why?
Well, as the stories go, the reason why we here in the Mortal Coil dress up for Halloween is to scare away the spooks and specters that prey upon the innocent this time of year.
And that actually works?
Not really, Master. Most innocents of the darker realms can see through a pre-packaged Halloween costume as easily as you or I.
Then why don't they hunt on Halloween?
Well, most creatures do not want to be mistaken as a big child in costume, out trick-or-treating and given candy, when they would rather be nibbling on the kindly old woman giving them said candy. Most monsters really do not have that big... They do not have that... They do not have that big of a sweet tooth, Master. Excuse me, Master.
Well, while he is gone giving out full-size candy bars because we at Shocking Theater like children and want them all sugared up before they go to school tomorrow, let us return to the George Romero classic starring Chilly Billy Cardile, Night of the Living Dead, here on Shocking Theater.
We do hope that you are enjoying George Romero's classic film, Night of the Living Dead, and will pardon this brief interruption, but our very own alien intern Lint has just returned from trick-or-treating and would like to show you what she received from this endeavor. Before we get to the bucket at your feet, would you please describe what costume you wore this year? You did not wear a costume this year? And why did you decide to not wear a costume this year? Fair reasoning. Would you please show the audience what you received this year from trick-or-treating? I do believe that should be quite enough, Lint. I concur. Let us return to Night of the Living Dead here on Shocking Theater. Will you be going to the Halloween party?